Later.
Moin. Herzlich willkommen.
Welcome.
Wir machen das hier eigentlich
We
zusammen, damit
normally do this together to stop a rumor. There really are two of us. And
das andere Gerücht
the
ist
other
wahr.
rumor is true. We are both puppets controlled by Erdgeist.
Ja, super.
Yes, it's great to have us sitting here, and we've had 4 fantastic days behind us. I think Geraldine and Erdgeist were saying that the first time they were here, we actually got to know each other at the last camp. That you punker were behind my tent with your orchestra. It wasn't that nice. If you are ever pitched in a tent next to Telecomics, it's not a good idea if you want to get some sleep. Yeah, and now we are sitting here on a stage together, and that's quite great. And we've brought a few facts. We were more than 10,000 people. And another about 400 kids, which is kind of great, rather great. We have spontaneously sold all-day tickets. And to make you find us everything, we had about 200 signs distributed, like this one. And another thank you here to the Navi team that I think since the 20th of December were making the rounds through the whole building and put up all these signs. Yeah. We did have a schedule, a Fahrplan, 186 talks, 122.5 hours of program, 202 speakers, and a theater troupe. Kind of made the program for us. We had a large team that chose all this, selected all this, and tried to put the whole schedule together. And you, because you did the half-nap dance and clicked it all together, and we tried to implement all this, and that's what the result was. And we had a lot of fun this year. Were you happy? Yeah, I think they were. We had incredibly many angels. All these teams that are standing here, I hope we haven't forgotten anyone, of course. Surely we forgot the press or...
In
the last few years, there is an extreme expansion of 3-letter acronyms with the angels. Next to the POC, we have the NOC, the LOC, the Logistics Center, the BOC, where we don't quite know yet whether that's Bar or Booze Operations Center. Then there's the ROC, not to be forgotten. So many OCs, and there's the question in the RSC whether you shouldn't talk English as it has been announced. No. Well, about that, my excuse is since the 18th of December at 7 I am in this building, I can't speak any English today. This year we had 1,152 angels who did 14,000 hours of work. So those 14,000 hours is, as it stood at 1 p.m. today, it keeps running. So we'll hand the building over on the 5th of January in the state. It has been in, well, a faked version of that. And those 1,152 angels did all the work from guard the doors for a while up to, cash desk, bars, or in the morning at 5 o'clock, like this morning, someone moved the cloakroom from the ground floor to the second, so thanks for that. And who of you is an angel? All the angels stand up. Who has an angel badge? There's 3 of us in here. So these angels have had a bit of food as well. And at this point, thanks to the Mecklenburgers, the troop that supplied 5,000 warm meals to the angels, hot meals, and I can tell you they were good. And then 7,000 bread rolls.
Das Team Cameo, sagte ich ja. Das Team.
The team. And 34,000 Mate bottles and 60 kilos of coffee. The interesting thing is the 4.7 kilos of caffeine in the mate would be enough to spontaneously kill all these angels. But we don't just have all those talks and the scheduled things, but also a very large amount of self-organized things, the 228 assemblies. At this point, many regards from the assembly organization. They were a bit rocked down. They really pushed things around and tried to do right by everyone, and there were 2,655 seating positions that were asked for, that were requested, 943 seats for workshops, and we just played this house. We just used the house completely and had to bring in tables from the outside. We had, under the motto A New Dawn, we had gathered this year, and we believe, at least the two of us believe, that that is actually true. The community is growing and becoming more diverse. We are beginning to build solutions, not just name the problems. We are incredibly creative, more creative than we have always been. That is quite cool. And there's a lot of things that grow together. You can tell that many people that aren't really linked to this community and suddenly have the place here to see all this begin to grow into it and become and get mixed with our original hacker community, which of course now has arrived in broad society. And you can see that at the Young Hackers Day, where 200 kids at 3 stations for the whole day did cool things and soldered and had a lot of fun. And there was a crowd here of people present that dealt with them. That was quite cool. And even cooler was that you now have the template with the Young Hacker Pass. You can collect stamps. So it's now down to your space to make a stamp, and one that kids can get if you've run an event with them. That's a task to all of you to do all this now. Do this. A wonderful tweet. I went to take a nap at the Congress. When I woke up, I was covered in a warm blanket. Many thanks to who did this gesture. Hashtag be excellent to each other. This slide is self-explanatory, right? There is some echo as well to this Congress. There is more, actually. Politician's fingerprint clone from photos by hacker. So somehow things are arriving about what we do. This morning around 7, I saw that the most read article at a large news website, a German news website, was the report about this Congress. Shit. There's work here. Well, I don't like camping that much, really, but I really enjoy burying fibers. In general, fiber and cable, get this across the field. Erdgeist and Geraldine did say something about this. We do have another information now. This is where it's going to be. The most amazing thing is that there is a steam engine there and a railway, and that will be running when we're here, when we're there. Actually, directors are telling me there'll be 3 railways. 3 railways. So we have a huge area which has a stable grounding. We can go by railway. We can build the Silk Road in the next iteration and have a bit of a camp Silk Road.
Seidenstraße verbuddeln, ja.
Bury the Silk Road? Yes, we'll do that. The tubes could be buried as well. And the whole thing is relatively near the center, just south of Copenhagen. You see the red dot here on the map? That's where it is. And just south of that, there is Berlin, and it's not that far, well, a bit. Well, it's on the line to Copenhagen, but it's closer to Berlin, actually. I'm pretty sure we'll get there. We'll get the stuff delivered there, too. Yes, that will be good. And plan your villages, do great stuff, get your people to come with you. That's important because, again, this is a communication camp, and it will continue just like we started here. We communicate, we do cool stuff, and then we'll have a wild party. That's the plan, right? With a party. Yeah. And yeah, we'll have next. We'll have the Easter Egg 2015 in Braunschweig. But there's much more from all those regional circles that do events, and it will be so much to write up all here, and then that will get us into trouble. But events.ccc.de is where you can find all this, really. Look there, and you don't need to have a congress with 10,000 people to 1,000 or 500 is enough to have a lot of fun and creativity and have what we did here and continue it throughout the year, one each month or something. You know, that is something, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have this 32C3, which will be here. We know that on the 27th of December to the 30th, which is unusual. I'm not quite sure if the thing with streaming to the Maldives is something I'll do or what, you know. And then organizational stuff. If you leave, you do not have to carry any tables or chairs around. There's a crew that will deal with that, but it would be huge if you could help get to the angels and they'll give you work, but not just do anything on your own. There is a plan. And for those that today will help with the taking things apart, there'll be a party which will go on until you can't go on any longer. So if you want to help, or if you leave and have no time left, help with dismantling. If you see bottles or litter on the ground, put the litter into the next waste bin, take the bottles with you, put it into a bottle drop point carefully, please. Or if you see a full crate, get it down to the ground floor. That would help enormously, just like last year. And next year too, presumably. Yeah, hopefully. Thank you. We are through. Have a nice way home.
Thank you from the translators team. This concludes the 31C3 for us too. We love feedback to the Twitter account C3 Translate or the hashtag C3T.
Yeah.
And see you next year or at the camp. We don't know about the camp yet. We will find out.
Vielleicht noch ein Applaus wert? Das war das 31C3. Ihr versteht mich hier nicht. Ja, kommt gut nach Hause.
Und viel Spaß bei der Party. Können wir das Video nochmal
Könnt ihr das Video nochmal spielen?
Dauert ein bisschen.
Ja, die fragen danach. Es kommt anscheinend nochmal das Video, Leute.
Licht bitte aus.
Bitte nochmal, genau. Jetzt nicht bewegen, nicht, dass ihr stolpert.
Danke.